In shady green pastures so rich and so sweet, Elohim leads their children along, where the waters break, cool beds the weary ones feed. Elohim leads their children along. Some through the waters, some through the floods, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Some through great sorrow, but Elohim gives a song in the night season and all the day long. Sometimes on the mount where the sun shines so bright, Elohim leads their children along. Sometimes in the valley, in the darkest of night, Elohim leads their children alone. Some through the waters, some through the floods, some through the fire, but all through the blood. Some through great sorrow, but Elohim gives a song in the night season and all the day long. Sing unto Yahuwah our strength. Make a joyful shout to the Father of Jacob. Raise the song and sound the timbrels, the sweet sounding lyre with the harp. Blow the trumpet, shofar, ram's horn at the new moon. Blow the shofar at the time appointed, in the full moon, the day of the solemn feast. For this is a statute to Israel, and the law to the father of Jacob. Psalms 81 verses 1 to 4. Good evening, world. This is the 7th evening of the full moon and the 6th working day of the first week of the 12th biblical lunar month, ADAR, 6006. YAH'S Sabbath is determined by the new moon, and it's the evening of the 7th day of the moon and the evening at the ending of the 6th working day of the first biblical month. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the sixth day, Yahweh ended his work which he had made, and rested on the seventh day. Thus Yahweh blessed the seventh day, the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Genesis 2 verses 1 to 3. This evening, I am on the street to acknowledge and to welcome in Yahweh's creation Sabbath of the first quarter of the moon of the 12th month, ADAR 8, 6006. It has been a beautiful day. I just missed the glory of the sunset. In the distance, the sunset was glorious, just that I was not near enough to capture it. But this evening, suddenly, as the sun set, the beauty of the sky, it just changed. Suddenly it changed, and the moon is still overhead, which had been out early this evening. I'm not sure how early it was out, but at just before 5 when I went outside, there it was, sending a warning, announcing to the world that Yahweh's Sabbath was approaching. And this evening, I want to pause to give Yahweh thanks and praise for fulfilling his promises to us, that he will not do anything unless he reveal it to his servants, the prophet. For a long time, we grew up and we worship and Saturday as the Sabbath all our lives, only to find out that Saturday isn't not the Sabbath, neither is Sunday, but it was fixed by Constantine of Rome in the year 350 AD. Now we are also made to understand that it was Yahweh himself who had caused his Sabbaths and his feast days to be forgotten in Zion because of the rebellion of Israel. And this evening, I truly give Yahweh thanks that now he is revealing everything, just about everything that was hidden by Rome, so that his people may be prepared for the arrival of the coming of his son, Yahushua HaMashiach. And so this evening I pray that our Heavenly Father will bless his words and that he will open our hearts to accept him now and to accept his true Sabbath, which is determined by the new moon. Yahweh is moving by his spirit. He's moving in all the earth. Signs and wonders when Yahweh moveth. Move, oh Yahweh. Yes, I want to read something from Lamentation 2 to let the world know that nothing takes Yahweh by surprise, and that it was actually Yahweh who used Constantine to change his Sabbaths because of Israel's rebellion. Lamentation 2, and I read, Yahweh has swallowed up all the inhabitants of Jacob, and has not spared. In his wrath he has thrown down the fortresses of the daughters of Judah. He has brought them down to the ground. He has polluted the kingdoms and its palaces. And he has polluted the kingdom and its princes. In his fierce anger, he has cut off the horn of the strength and pride of Israel. He has withdrawn his right hand from the approaching of the enemy. He has burned against Jacob like a flaming fire, which devours on every side. He has bent his bow like an enemy. His right hand was prepared like an adversary. He has slain the daughters of Zion. He has poured out his fury. Yahweh became like an enemy. He has swallowed up Israel. He has swallowed up her palaces. He has destroyed her fortresses. He has increased mourning and lamentation in the daughters of Judah. He has laid waste his tabernacle as if it were a garden. He has destroyed his places. his place of the congregation. Yahweh. Listen, this is what we want to let the world know. That it was Yahweh who has caused the appointed feast and Sabbaths to be forgotten in Zion. In his indignation of his anger, he despised the kings and the priest. That is Lamentation 2 verse 6. Yahweh has rejected his altar. He has abhorred his sanctuary. He gave over to the enemy the walls of his palaces. They have made a noise in the house of Yahweh as though it were an appointed feast. Yahweh planned to destroy the walls of the daughters of Zion. He has stretched out the line. He has not withdrawn his hand from destruction. So he made a rampant and a wall lament together. They languish. So it is Yahweh that has caused his Sabbaths and his feast days to be forgotten in Zion. Overhead is the moon, the first quarter of the moon under the clouds now, because the Sabbath has come. And the entire sky has changed its appearance. It was shining and glorious. Now it's like a shadow has taken over. And the moon can barely be seen. It's between the clouds, bearing witness that this is Yahweh's Sabbath, and it is the memorial of his great creation. Yahweh has called Israel to be a holy people unto him. But Israel has forsaken Yahweh's law. Israel have rejected Yahweh's law. Therefore, Yahweh has caused his Sabbaths and his feast days to be forgotten in Zion. But for the last 5 or so years, Yahweh has begun to restore not just his name, but also his Sabbath. And Yahweh has used World's Last Chance in particular to expose the fact that it was Constantine who removed Yah's holy creation Sabbath from the phases of the moon. And so this evening the call is for us to rebuild the old waste spaces. Isaiah 58 verses 12. Let's go from verse 11. It says, Yahweh will guide you continually and satisfy your souls in drought and make fat strengthen your bones. You will be like a watered garden and like the spring of waters whose faileth not. And those of you who will rebuild the old waste places, you will rise up the foundations of many generations. And you will be called the repairer of the breach, the restorer of the streets to dwell in. Verse 13 says, if you turn away your foot from breaking the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure, your own business, your own pleasure on my holy, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of Yahweh honorable, and will honor him by not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasure, nor engaging in idle conversation, then you will find your joy in Yahweh, and I will cause you to ride upon the high places of the earth, and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob, your father, for the mouth of Yahweh has spoken it. Yes, it is amazing to see the sky completely change, and it has now become dark. And it has been my observation that Yahweh has been putting a difference between the working days of the week and his holy Sabbath day. I'm going to turn to Exodus 19 and verse 20, because I have come to see and know that Yahweh is particular. Yahweh is holy, and Yahweh is choosy. Yahweh has been calling his people, and I am here this evening to declare that Yahweh is the one who chooses whom he wishes to save. Yahweh is different from the title Lord and God. What he says, he means it. And Yahweh wants the best. Yahweh chose the best. And Yahweh has chosen Israel to be his holy people. I'm going to take a look at Exodus 19, verses 6. Sabbath day of praise, but you shall richly bless. He to us aside shall be true. Yes. All right. verses 6. Maybe I need to read more than verse 6. It says, in the third moon after the children of Israel, on the very same day, they came to the wilderness of Sinai. For they departed from Ramidam, coming to the wilderness of Sinai, where they encamped in the wilderness in front of the mountain. And Moses went up to Yahweh, and Yahweh called to him from the mountain and said, this is what you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, you have seen what I have done to the Egyptians, and how I carry you on wings of eagle, and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you will truly obey my voice, by keeping my covenants, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all the peoples of the earth. For all the earth is mine. And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. These are the laws that you shall keep, that you shall speak to the children of Israel. And Moses came down and surrounded the elders of the people, and set before them all the words of Yahweh. And the people answered together and said, all that Yahweh has spoken, we will do. So Moses brought their answer back to Yahweh. So Yahweh has chosen Israel of all the nations of the world to be a holy people to him, that they should become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. But Israel breaks Yahweh's law, and so Israel have been severely punished to this day. The story can be found in Deuteronomy 28. But now in these last hour, Yahweh is calling Israel to return to him and to keep his laws. That was Exodus 19, and we read 1 to verses 8. Yahweh wants his people to be holy because he is holy. Yahweh required the best. Israel was asked to bring offering to sacrifice to Yahweh, and Yahweh requested that they bring a lamb. Bring the lamb. It should not have spot or blemish. It should be spotless and without blemish. Yes, now is the time to chase after Yahweh. Now is the time to worship him in spirit and in truth. Yahweh has told Ezekiel that he should preach, the people should be taught to put a difference between the holy and the profane. Yahweh's Sabbath, that is determined by the new moon, is holy. Constantine's fixed Saturday Sabbath is a profane offering to Yahweh, and Yahweh will not accept unauthorized worship. If he be willing and obedient, says Isaiah 1, he shall eat the good of the land. But if he refuse and rebel, he shall be devoured with the sword. Yes, this is Yahweh's set apart Sabbath of the first quarter of the moon of the 12th biblical month. As we can see that the judgment of Yahweh has begun to pour out upon the nations of the earth. This coronavirus is similar to the plagues of Egypt. And Yahweh is calling his people Israel to come out of Babylon, come out of Rome's Christianity, because it is not of him. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and to receive of his plagues. Let us bear in mind that at this time, who knows if Yahweh has not already sealed his people. It is so possible. The angel of Revelation 7 was commanded to hurt not the earth, nor the sea, nor the trees, until the servant of the living Elohim was sealed. And now we see the earth is in turmoil. Who knows if it's not too late for us. Let us chase after Yahweh now. Let us keep his Sabbath, because it is a sign between him and his people. Time is running out. In no time, my time will be up. But remember Yahweh's Sabbath to keep it holy. It is a sign between Yahweh and his people. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Holy Sabbath day of rest. Bye.